You ask any Sunderland fan to cast their minds back a little over a decade, and without doubt the first names that are going to come to mind are the Niall Quinn, the Kevin Phillips, the Magic Johnson, the Nicky Summerby. But there is one man that springs to my mind who I certainly remember from days gone by, and that was a certain French goalkeeper named Lionel Perez. I'm delighted to say I've got Lionel on the line now, who's joined me for a chat about his playing career. Lionel, thanks very much for joining me. First of all, tell us a little bit about your youth growing up in southern France. Who did you support as a young boy?
It was Marseille.
You was a Marseille fan?
Yeah, because I'm from South, and this is a big club where the passion is a little bit like in England.
You began your career with Bordeaux in France and had a few loan spells across the country before you eventually signed for Sunderland in 1996. What are your first memories of the club?
I remember the first game I went, it was at Roker Park, and it was fantastic because there were like old wood stadium, and it was still on wood before they moved to the Stadium of Light. It was Roker Park, and Roker Park was very special.
Certainly during your period with Sunderland, there was success at the club. How much of that would you put down to Peter Reid? What kind of manager was he?
He was a good manager because we did a good job. We went up in Premier League and everything. But the stuff is, I was not very happy at the end because everybody wanted me to stay at Sunderland, but he didn't want to.
The playoff final against Charlton has certainly become an infamous moment in Sunderland's history, and shortly after that game you joined arch rivals Newcastle. How did that move come about?
Kelly Dalglish rang me. I was in France, and he asked me to come if I was interested to come in Newcastle. But in Sunderland I was very I liked the club. The fan loved me. I was very happy. But when my contract was ending, he didn't wanted me to stay at the club. In fact, for me it wasn't difficult because I had because I didn't talk with Newcastle before I received my letter just the day after Wembley, and we lost against Charlton. And where they said they didn't want to keep me. Then I was free to find, and 1 week after, Kelly Dalglish rang me. Then it was difficult, yes, because I know how it's like between Sunderland and Newcastle, but no choice. I didn't want to go back in France. I wanted to stay in England. I had my friends, my girls were set down in the northeast. And I didn't want to move.
I think it's well known that you didn't get any first team games at all at Newcastle. Was it a frustrating time for you?
I was frustrated, but it's like I really it was my fault because I wasn't good when I was in Newcastle, and everything happened for me. In fact, when Kenny Dalglish was sacked, it wasn't a good stuff for me because all the other manager came and I was worse and worse. Then I cannot say anything else because I wasn't good. And I understood after some time when some player arriving in a new club and they said, oh, he's a good player, but when they arrive, they are not very good. And I was really, really, really bad for Newcastle. I lost all my football because I guess now it's like because my last game was in Wembley with Sunderland. After I didn't understand why Peter Reid didn't want to keep me.
So did it really damage your confidence almost?
I think so, yes. Now with I think I was thinking why? I was earning more money in Newcastle, but it wasn't about money. It was just about I was thinking why, and but the life is life, and I moved to Newcastle, which it wasn't a very good move for me.
You joined Scunthorpe on loan, probably given to the fact that you weren't getting much football at Newcastle. Did you enjoy your time with Scunthorpe?
I had a very good time. I remember to come back from Newcastle 3 times a week to train with them, and I was really inside the team, and I wanted to do a good job and everything, and everybody had a very good time. And I remember my last game as well when I was leaving. They wanted to keep me, but at the time it wasn't like a very good club, and the potential financial wasn't like I was expecting because I was still in Newcastle with quite a lot of quite a lot of money, and they wanted to keep me. They wanted to make some effort, but they couldn't
Couldn't afford.
Yeah, it wasn't like. But it was a great time. I was back to my football. I was like playing in a team where I was set down, or where the people liked me, and they were expecting some stuff from me, and I was very happy over there.
After leaving Scunthorpe, you joined Cambridge United on a similar deal before signing for them permanently. You were a bit of a fan's favourite down there, but one particular moment probably doesn't stand out so well, and that was in your final game when you missed a penalty, I believe.
Yeah. In fact, it was my last game, and we decided if there are penalty, I was going to take it, and I missed it, but it was at the same different point because I stay a little bit longer in Cambridge. I stay over there 2 years, and it was a great and bad time when we went down, but the first years we stay up and with the manager and everybody, and it was superb. I was fantastic. I was living in Cambridge. It was a magnificent town, and I was really enjoying my time over there.
After then, you joined Stevenage and had a good few years as a player and then later a coach. Did you enjoy time in Stevenage?
Yeah. In fact, I really enjoy as well, because every time when I came somewhere, I guess I play and I take the club where I play with my heart, and the people and the supporters, I can feel that. Then in Cambridge, in Scunthorpe, and in Stevenage, I had a fantastic relation with the public and with the club. It was a very, very good time.
There is one man that I'd particularly like to ask you about, and that's Ali Hasanoglu. He was, of course, your goalkeeper coach at Cambridge and later at Stevenage. I know you had a good relationship with Ali.
Ali was my goalkeeper coach in Cambridge and become my friend. And he's like, when I divorced and I was still in England, he was my only friends really where we can talk. And he was my goalkeeper coach. He was like my very good spirit and a very good coach and a very, very good friend. And it was great to have him when I was over there during a difficult time, and he was all the time there. He's my brother.
And not forgetting, of course, Graham Westley, who was your manager at Stevenage.
When I was a player, he pushed me so far physically that I was 35 when I was there, and I was still wanted to improve. And I improved like I never improved with anybody else. He bring me the best of my physical aptitude. And when I was injured, when I broke my leg, and when I did some silly mistakes sometimes, he's all the time behind me. He was a great manager for me and a great friend as well. I was a part. Graham is when you are part of his circle, you're never by yourself. He helps you as much as he can, and he helps you everywhere. He knows everybody around in football. And he's a great manager and a great friend. I've got two people who were very, very important when I was in England, Ali and Graham Westley.
So Lionel, the playing career is finished. You've left Stevenage and you're now back living in France. What's next?
I'm still now. I try to pass my badge, which is the UFAB now, I guess. And because I went a little bit off football the last 2 years. But now I try to go back in the football, and it's quite difficult because when you left,
it's hard to go back.
Left everything, and then I'm looking for a job all around the world.
So do you think we'll see you in the dugout soon?
Yes, I would like to go to management. This is what I pass all my badge and everything, and I'm looking for right now all around the world to find some job.
Well, Lionel, thank you very much for talking to me today. I can't let you go without asking the burning question that everybody's dying to know, and that is, what happened to your hair?
Why? Because I'm not young anymore. And now I've got my bald hair, okay, and I look I start to lost my hair on my head. Then I didn't want to be like. Then I cut everything, and I feel better now.